Howdy, Possum Patty here, and I've got my gnome journal, so come on along. A while back, Heather C. sent me a wonderful Happy Mail package. I was totally blown away. Everything was gorgeous. There were so many things in the box. I'll link that below. And I've sort of been sitting on all this stuff, but you know, I've got to use it. One thing she gave me was this selection of wonderful nature-based pages. I love this quirky bird. He's my favorite. Hoot hoot. And look at these flowers. I love these colors. Nature, blue skies, go green, all nature sayings. Look at that, how nice these papers all go together too. I don't know who made these, but they're wonderful. Look at these browns, air, nature, water, trees, habitat, little quirky birds. And look at this, quirky birds with their quirky friends. Bears and beavers and squirrels. I'm sure there's more here. And gorgeous. Oh, look at the little beaver down here. And then this wonderful red. They must be ferns, can't they? But they all go together so wonderfully. I've got to use them. I got to use them. So I'm going to do a couple of pages. I'm just going to glue in some of these beautiful papers. And because these are nature, I have two pictures I took the other day. One is, and this is going to be hard to see because she's camouflaged, bring it up close there, is a white-tailed deer walking through my side yard. You can hardly see her against the background. And the other one was 6:30 in the morning. There was a waning crescent moon and a very blue sky. And you can see the trees have lost all their leaves. I just thought it was a very pretty sight. The sun was just coming up. Some light down there. All right, so I have two pictures, a teeny bit of journaling. I have the note from Heather C. that I could add to a page. And so that's three things. And I don't know if this will fit, but I had this wonderful page from my gnome book. And this isn't a deer, this is a elk, maybe, an elk or something like that. But I might save that for another page. And maybe I'll just stick with the paper she sent. So I'm going to do a little bit of designing. This is going to be simple and quick and fun. So stand by. I just want to show you, this is a strip of Tyvek that I painted gray, because when I originally put this book together, I had used these painty papers that I made, and I wanted to mix up the colors a little bit. So I just cut the pages in half and put them back together again with a strip of Tyvek glue, just to mix up the colors a little bit. See, here you can see this is an old mailing envelope. So I think I'm going to, I could put them anywhere here. Oh, and I have to do my Thanksgiving pages too. Well, let's keep with the woodsy theme we got going here. We got snow in the woods. This was from Dolores. So let's do one from Heather C. So this is going to be a very hard choice of which ones to use, because they're all so beautiful. All right, I'm going to cut some paper and I'll be right back. These characters are just too cute for words. Look at that. One up here, one down here. Kind of balance each other out. And if I use the red paper as a frame for, say, the deer, Although it's already on orange, I don't know if I like the red. I could put this one, the blue and the red. Or I could put it on this. Decisions, decisions. I think I want to put this here, like that. Somehow, and then, or this has all the colors in it. That would look nice too. And I could use this over here. That might be better for the deer. I don't know if I like it with that though. I could use this. Or I could use this. That's too busy and that's too busy. So I can use a busier one on here and a plainer one on here. I do like the orange with the blue. They're complementary. And then I got to figure how to journal because these have a texture to them and almost like a plasticky feel to them. So I'm going to experiment with that. I'll be right back. These are the Sakura Glaze from Japan. Just do the packaging away. Writing You Can Feel, new decorative art tool, embellish and emboss and scrapbooking, etc., etc. 2 black pens in the package. I hauled those from Amazon because Dick Blick was not selling them. All right, it comes with a little rubber cap. You gotta pop that off. And it doesn't take much to get it started. And I need a little scrap of this paper. Let's see. I'm going to cut this down to size for this deer. Oh, I just noticed this paper is a row of red and a row of orange. So the orange is going to look great on there with a little bit of that green background, bluish green, whatever this is. So this is peel and stick. I will stick this down. So I'm just going to trim this down a little bit. I kind of like that little edge on there. I don't know if I'll leave it though. Oh, I might, because then it'll match the other page. Ooh, okay, maybe we'll do that. Oh, I smoothed some black ink here. Gotta be careful. So this will go here. And then I'll write something, if this pen will write on here. And that's what I was going to do, right? I was going to test this, okay. So let's see. Writes just fine. You have to let it dry though. You don't want to shmoo it. You don't want to shmoo. So when I got up and I looked out the window, there were 2 does walking through the side yard. And Mr. Possum, mostly Mr. Possum, and I went around the yard a couple weeks ago with some deer netting and surrounded all the bushes and shrubs that we had bought the year before, because we spent our whole stimulus check on buying trees and shrubs and bushes for our new yard. And some native mountain laurels and rhododendrons and things with berries for the birds to eat, like viburnum, winterberry holly, witch hazel, and during the winter, the deer ate them all down, which was disappointing because we had spent so much money on these bushes. Now, there are wild azaleas and rhododendrons in the woods, but they came to our yards and ate the ones that were in our yard that we had planted specifically for that. So we're hoping this year that the bushes can sort of recoup a little bit. They all did come back. I mean, they didn't die. They lost a lot of buds and branches and leaves and things like that, but so hopefully with netting on them this winter, they can sort of have, you know, a little bit of a recuperation from not getting eaten down. Well, see, a lot of these bushes have evergreen leaves, so in the wintertime, the deer come and eat those evergreen leaves. But I mean, it was like they ate every single leaf off the shrub, off an evergreen shrub. And I really didn't think they were going to survive at all. At all, at all. So I hope this Fabri-Tac holds this paper down. I love this little beaver. We do not have any beavers in the yard, but that's okay. He's such a cute character. Okay, I'm going to put this a little high, maybe there. Okay, then I'll come back and journal on that. Oh, you know what? Now I'm wondering if I should use, excuse me, this paper on this page, because I use that paper on that page. I think there was a piece here somewhere. Stand by. Okay, this pen is brand new. It's very juicy, so I have to be careful here. I'm just doing silly lettering. Waning crescent moon. So, waning crescent moon. All right, so I'm going to spell this right. W-A-N. You don't want to hear me spell everything. And I don't like to write straight, so I go around things. Crescent. Moon. If you purposely make everything crooked, then you don't have to worry about being straight at all. 6:30 a.m. 6:30 a.m. Okay, that one's good. And on this one, a white-tailed doe. Mating season in the fall. There was a big buck walking up the street the other day. I didn't get his picture. The deer on the move. They're always crossing the roads. You got to be very careful early in the morning and later in the evening. Watch for them because They get a little crazy during mating season. I think they call it rut season. And they could be chasing each other and they'll wind up out on the road. You got to watch for them. Okay, now this waning moon means that it's almost to the new moon. The new moon is going to be on December 4th. And the December 4th new moon is called the cold moon, because we just hit the first day of meteorological, hard to say, meteorological winter on December 1st. It's ushering in the coldest 3 months of the year for New England. All right, so here I want to write, let's see, I can go around the beaver here. White. Tailed doe. Should I put a date on this page too? Side yard. Side yard. No, them, fur. Okay, white-tailed doe, side yard November 30th, and waning crescent moon. Okay, I'm going to give those letters a moment to dry before I glue them in the journal. Oh, I can't believe I just did that, picking it up. Look what I did. Mamma mia, stand by. I glued in these 2 journal pages, and where I smoothed the ink down here, all I did was take a white Uniball. This is a Signo. Whoops, sorry. This is a Uniball Signo. And I just colored over some of the black so you could read it. I mean, I don't care that it's schmood, but you want to be able to read the letter. So, I mean, it looks okay. You don't have to be perfect. Journaling is not about being perfect. Journaling is about journaling. I have the date, I had what happened, I have some pictures, I had some fun gluing, and remember I mentioned that this paper had a little bit of a waxy feel to it, so that's why the glaze pen, this one over here, that's why the glaze pen was taking a little bit longer to dry, because it was not being absorbed at all by the plasticky feeling paper. But once it is truly dry, you see I can rub my finger over it. It's not going to schmoo now. So we're all nice and dry. Now there was an altered paper clip holding this little flap here. So the little raccoon character goes on that side. So on this side I cut out the beaver character from this paper. It's part of the set. And it's still a little bit wet. So I'm going to let that dry just a little bit more. And then he's going to go on over here, because it's functional for that side, not for this side. So he's going to dry, and then on the next page I used the really fun flowered background. I glued down Heather's envelope because it has all these fun birds on it, and I thought the colors go really nice. I added on, I got glue everywhere, sorry, crusty fingers. I added on some characters from this page also. And sorry, I don't know the name of what this is from because that was gifted from Heather. And I put the little owl up in the corner, quirky bird. And I put the little bear on the envelope. And then that little green character there, that's a snail. So I glued the little snail down and put snail mail, because that's what I like to put on my envelopes. So I'm going to put the correspondence inside. And I'm going to add a little bit of glitter glue to this, but then the book will have to stay open to dry because that takes a while to dry. But there it is. I have 3 pages done. I have some nature journaling that I wanted to get done, and I put in Heather's card. I'm trying to get all my happy mail into some journals. So I just want to thank Heather again for all the wonderful things she sent me, for this gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous nature paper. I love it. I love it. Look at these pages. I'm in love with these little characters, especially the quirky birds. And I just want to wish everybody happy junk journaling. Bye-bye now.